I'm not sure, Josh. How did we put them at ease? Just by chatting.
Everyday people in West Auckland are opening their doors to homeless teenagers to get them off the streets while more permanent housing is found. It's a program called the Safety Net, and it's working so well they're looking to expand into other parts of the city.
If you can just help them this short time, I mean, all 8 of them have apparently been helped into better accommodation, more stable situations, rather than going into motels and being next to who knows who without any support.
Sue and Tony Kerr live in Hobsonville, and in between grandchildren's visits, they've so far had 8 young people stay. They've been hosting homeless young people for over a year, often for just a week at a time. One young man even stayed during Christmas 2024.
I was putting up the Christmas tree, which of course our sons always used to do, or Tony or whoever, and I asked him if he'd like to join in, and he had never decorated a Christmas tree before, and I thought that is so sad. He loved doing it, was very proud of the outcome.
They first heard about the safety net through their church, had a spare room, and strongly felt it was something God wanted them to do.
The benefit has been benefiting them. It's taken me into giving me greater insight into what goes on that we didn't have before.
Sue and Tony say their initial concerns about safety and generational gaps were short-lived. Josh Hendry runs the safety net and says since it began 2 years ago, they've found stable housing for 36 rangatahi who were hosted by families short-term. He says often they've left home due to a family breakdown, whether that's violence or substance abuse or even just a lack of room, in families living in poverty.
One of the big concerns, right, is that there's people have a lot of stigma around our young people, and actually, they're actually just like any other young person. And the potential of the safety net is actually we can intervene early. We can prevent our rangatahi from having a long-term experience of homelessness, from experiencing all of the trauma that comes with that, if we're willing to respond. And it takes stepping into the discomfort, right? It takes being a little bit willing to step into that.
Josh Hendry says there's an extensive sign-up for host families to ensure they match the tikanga of the program, as well as police and reference checks. He says all the young people who were in education and hosted in homes were able to maintain their schooling, and 30% have safely reconnected with whānau.
One young person told me the next day how she had stayed in her room all night, but she just stayed awake, listening to the whānau, laughing and having fun in the kitchen, because for her that was something she hadn't really experienced.
It took Tina 2 weeks of sleeping rough before she gathered the courage to ask for help late last year.
I was staying in my alleyway for like 2 weeks, and then that's when I got tired of living that kind of life, and I really did need help. So I went to my school teacher and told her what happened, and then that's when I found out about the safety net.
She was placed with a host home and says after her initial nerves, she enjoyed her stay and is now flatting and studying at tertiary level.
I actually quite opened up to them. They were very sweet. The host family that took me in, they were very sweet. I loved them. I really miss them as well.
I just think it's a little effort to make a big difference, and yeah, I can't believe it that people with spare rooms don't just put their hand up and say, okay, I'll at least try it.